All right, I'm here with Danny, head coach from Minnesota Matrix, and I gotta say, your team caught my eye. You've got a lot of size, you've got skill, you've got shooters, you've got smart kids who have high IQ, and you're not the typical, select Comets Fury that we see year in and year out. It's a new name this year. So, can you just talk a little bit about how this team came to be and how you built your roster?
Sure. Yep. Well, so I do skills work, skills training stuff.
Sure.
And I've been doing a lot of stuff with Jacob Stolzberg, who's a Cathedral kid, and so I got to know his dad quite well. And 3 years ago, we just kind of decided, let's try to put a team together, kind of deal. So it was just kind of a put together team, I guess, if you will. So some of the guys that we picked up, I'd been doing skills training with, about 5. So we had 5 guys that I'd done stuff with, and then we just kind of looked around in the area. Most of the guys that when we started were northern St. Cloud guys, that kind of stuff. And then as we had some success over our second or third year, like other kids find out about us, and hey, that's a pretty decent team, and we chat with them a little bit about kind of what we stand for and how we work and that kind of stuff. And we were able to every year pick up 2 or 3 higher level kids. Yeah. So now this year is I would say our strongest roster at the 17-year level. Yep.
Yeah, like we saw it tweeted out, and I thought, wow, they've got the Tate kid, they've got Vosika, and all these names. What do you look for in kids that you want to pick up? Like, what are some of the core things that you desire in a player just to kind of play the Matrix way?
Well, you got to be skilled. You got to be a good player. You have to be skilled. Yeah, and so that's number one. You got to be a kid that works. A kid that's tough. A kid that's willing to defend and get on the floor and bump cutters and just be a tough kid, chase rebounds down, that kind of stuff. Somebody that views defense just as important, maybe even more so important than offense, and just tough kids that know how to play. Kids that come from winning high school programs. Kids that have success at the high school level. I feel like winning is a skill as well. Yeah. So we try to focus on kids that have that come from a higher level, successful high school programs as well. Yeah.
I know. Let's see. You got some size. Let's start there. You've got the real tall kid. Is he the Ada Borup?
So Jacob Jennison, he's 6'11", so he's from Sauk. Yep, Sauk
That's
Center.
it. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
So Jacob he's awesome. I mean, so we picked him up last year, and he was wiry, he's taller. He needed to improve his footwork, his hands a little bit, and just needed to improve his toughness. And so he before playing with us, he'd never played AAU, so it was a totally new thing for him. I remember the first few tournaments, it was physical for him. It took a lot of getting used to. And now, so in the last 24 months, holy cow, that kid has come a long way. And he is, he's getting some D1 looks right now, and he's awesome. He's improved, and I would say the biggest thing, he's improved his skill. Yeah. But just his toughness and his finishing and just that kind of stuff is where he's really kind of separated himself. I feel more so than skill-wise in the last couple of years. Yeah.
Any other guys that you think have really made strides lately?
Sure. Everybody is. I feel confident with everybody on our team. I like them all. Yeah. I feel like Jacob Stolzenberg is he's a guy that's under the radar. I just feel like he really is. He's, in my opinion, he's one of the best shooters that I've seen. He's a guy that everybody, they love Jacob, and they like Jacob Jennison, and they love Tate because he comes from Eastview, and he's playing in South Suburban Will. Gabe Myron, big 4A guys, but Jacob is a guy that can really he can shoot it. Yeah. He can shoot it, and he's one of those guys that is able to hold defenses accountable. Because if you help off him, he's able to smack threes in a corner or that kind of stuff. And I would say he's one of our more consistently scoring kids, where he's he's up around 12, 15 every game just by smacking threes. Yeah. So I mean he's one of the best shooters I've ever done anything with. Gabe Myron is a new pickup for us this year, and he's been awesome. Kid's athletic. He's
high motor.
Yeah, and he's just a ball hawk on D. You know what I mean? He gets a lot of tips and runouts and that kind of stuff, and he's able to, along with Will Cordes, he kind of sets the tone for us defensively. Yeah. And then Dylan is another kid who does, Dylan DeChampo from Greenway. He's another kid that has some success for us. He's super athletic.
Pretty bouncy.
Skilled. Yeah, super bouncy. Yeah. Yep. Just, Yeah, you know, he has some work to do on his shot still, but he's the kind of kid that if he's able to get to the rim consistently, he'll hurt teams that we play against.
And then you've got those two really nice guards, Will Cordes and Vosika, who's really fun to watch as well. Obviously, colleges should be watching those guys.
Right. Yeah, I agree. You know, Will is he's super skilled. You know, he plays in the South Suburban for Shakopee, one of the better guards in that conference. Just tough as nails. That kid is just tough. You know, he's another one of those kids that really sets the tone for us defensively. You know, the guys behind him, he'll pick his guy up at the volleyball line or something like that and just get after it. And the other guys will step their defense up when he's on the floor just because he sets a tone and he gets us into our stuff. And you know, he takes good shots and his IQ is high. And you know, I feel like if he was a kid that was like 6'3", 6'4", he'd be getting a ton of attention. But he's he's little, but you know, he works and he's got a ton of heart. He's not afraid of contact, and he's a tough-nosed kid. And
every time I see him, he shoots really well.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He you know, and the thing with him too that I really like is in big games, he tends to step up.
Nice.
You know what I mean? When we play teams that are good, he plays well. You know, which I really like about that kid. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for chatting with us, and obviously Minnesota Matrix team to watch. Any other local tournaments that you guys are going to be in?
No, you know, so we're in Madison next weekend. We're doing a lot of the prep hoop stuff. We're doing the state thing. Yep. We're doing.
We'd like to hear that, of course.
Yeah. We're doing that. We're doing the circuit. So we're doing. We're doing the Fury in a few weeks. That, you know, that. I really like that program a lot. You know, they do it. They do it the right way.
Good dudes.
Super good dudes. They, you know, they get after it, and they, you know, it's fun watching them and just kind of chatting with them at local tournaments. So we're doing the Fury one. What else are we doing? The state tournament. We're doing that. We're doing the Comets one in July.
Nice.
Great Plains. So yeah,
very cool.
We're around. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we'll be seeing more of you guys. So yeah, thanks for chatting.
Happy to do it.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.